Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. So we're going to go ahead and jump on our next job here, and something pretty simple, not a whole lot involved with it. What we have here is, this is a vintage Triumph. It's a brake hub actually, you know, for a Triumph motorcycle. You can see the holes along the diameter here. That's where they lace it up for the spokes. So what's happened here is that this is a Triumph. It's a 60, I don't remember the exact year, 60 something model Triumph that that the motorcycle shop here that they're restoring for a customer. And by the way, the motorcycle shop here that I do most of this work for is they're the local Triumph dealer. They deal with Triumph, Ducati, and KTM, and I believe a couple other motorcycle brands. So they do a little bit of everything there. Awesome family-owned business. I've known them forever, and we've done a lot of work for them. So anyway, they like to bring stuff to me when they get something in. So they had this powder coated, and they did it's a good job, and they the powder coater failed to block the inside portion here where the brake shoes go. So you have your two brake shoes that go in here, and this is your brake surface inside. So it's full of the coating in here. So they brought it to me and asked me could I bore that out, just take the powder coating out of it. That's really all we're doing. So that's what we got to do. We got to set this up in a lathe, and we're gonna have to come in here with a boring bar and basically just cut the powder coating out of it. So that's what we got to do. All right. The way that I'm going to do this most likely is I'm going to use this expanding mandrel right here that I've already showed you in a previous video. Now I did the clutch basket on, and this is the perfect size for this hub here. So I added a light back here so you can kind of see better what I'm showing you here. But if you look up into the bore here, there is a shoulder inside here. Okay, so it doesn't go all the way through. But I believe as long as this hub runs nice and true, I should be able to stick this up in here. All right, it'll go all the way up to that shoulder. Now I'll be able to bump that mandrel in a little bit, snug it up, and it should be able to run like that on the lathe. Okay, and that should give me enough room that I can rig me up a little boring bar here and go in there and clean that up. So that's the job at hand. So I'm going to go over here to my mandrel, my anvil, and we're going to go ahead and bump this and just snug it up on there, and then we'll come back to the lathe and get it indicated. All right. I'm about to bump it on there. I want to show you, I've got my rawhide hammer here, and I want to make sure that it stays where it's at in there. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple bumps with my rawhide right here. All right, now I know it's actually tight on there, and now I'm going to go over to the anvil, and I've got my aluminum block, and I'm going to take it and I'm just going to give it a couple taps like that so that the mandrel here, the tapered mandrel, will seat on that bore good. That's all we need. Okay, I got it in the lathe. I haven't indicated it yet. Matter of fact, the last job I did in this was using the mandrel with that little clutch basket. So it was still set nice and close. I'm gonna bring my indicator right up behind the expanding mandrel there. I'm gonna indicate it right here. I think you guys can see it. I already snugged them when I put it in there, so all I'm doing is tightening the highs. I'm looking for the highs, so that's a high and that's a high. So I'll start with this one. and I'll be right back. Never mind. I thought my wife was calling me, but that was somebody else. Okay, get back to this. There we go. I never had to loosen it. All I did was just snug them up. I'm getting what looks like about 2 to 3 tenths run out. Okay, a couple tenths. Okay guys, I've been getting this thing set up, and it took some time to get the tool set to where I need to, and that's why I haven't filmed it until now. So I've got everything set, and what I've got, I'm going to set my 0 right now with my indicator. That's going to be my depth. So what's kind of tricky about this application is that you see the rivet heads up inside there. So you got to have a tool that's angled or ground properly so that it'll get far enough in there but clear the head of the rivet so you're not cutting those. So what I have done is, it looks like it was machined or either worn in, I don't know, but there's a little step back in there, a very slight step, that it was either machined to or the shoes rode up to that point. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to go past that just a little bit so that I know that the shoes will fit in there properly once they're installed. Alright, and I'm not touching the rivet heads either. Okay, so that's going to be our 0 point, and we're going to go ahead and turn it on. I think I'm just touching one side of it, and there is showing a couple thousandths of you know, TIR in the part here, total inch readout. So this may not be perfectly true with the hub here. So here we go. Running 350 RPM, and we're going to run like a 5,000 feed rate. Alright, see, that's that little step just behind where the shoes run. I'm going to take 20 and just see what it does here. Alright, that's our 0 point. You can see the powder here coming off. So I want to get it to the point where it's touching down in here a little bit. By the way, we're using our double boost light also. Alright, 10, 20, 30, it's about 35. Okay, oh, that's these little ribs here. I was wondering what's going on there. He's doing good. We're definitely just cutting the powder right now. The coating. Looking good. Okay, so we've cleared the part, and all right, 10, 20. So we've taken a total of 35 from all the way in the back, and I'm hoping you guys can see this good. I tried to give you a good vantage point here. That's 2,000. See what it does. Starting to get into the aluminum now. I'm going to go ahead and let that cut all the way to the back, and then we'll check it and see how it's looking. It's a, I might have called this aluminum earlier. This is definitely cast iron. Okay, we'll go ahead and take 2 more. All right, I can see where there's still powder coating along in this area here, and we're cutting along here, and it's leaving a nice finish though. By the way, this is like a threading tool here, and I put a nice fresh hone on that tool before I started. I'm going to dial in 2 more. Alright, we're getting close, but we're going to take another cut anyway. Alright, that was 2 cuts at 2,000, so we're going to go ahead and take a couple more. So I think what we're doing is we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone right here. We're eliminating the powder coating, and we're also truing up the hub like it should be anyway. I had a feeling that it was probably going to be running out a little bit. Yeah, we're getting close, but we're going to have to take a couple more. Alright, there's still a little bit right in this area right here. Alright, let's try 2 more. Alright, I think we might have got it that time. Alright, when I come up to my 0 this time, I'm going to go ahead and move the cross slide in so I'm not dragging the tool on the way out, because I think we about got this one. Well, there's still just a little bit right in there. Man, I thought it had got it, but I'm gonna have to take another cut because I can still see it right in there. I don't know if you can. Right in there. I mean, it's not much either. Alright, I think we got it, hopefully. Backed my tool off so I'm not dragging. That looks good. It's got a nice smooth finish. I honed a nice radius on the end of that tool bit there. I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and remove it. And hopefully from your vantage point you can see it. It looks nice. There's the spot right there where I was trying to clean it up. I can see it now. And I can still see one little spot up in there that the coating, it looked like some pitting the coating went down in, but we're not going to worry about that. We're just going to leave it like it is. And I'm not even going to rub this with Scotch-Brite or anything because I don't want to mess up, you know, this area here or up inside here, the coating that's been applied to it. But it's got a nice finish on it. There's nothing wrong with it. We're going to leave it just like it is. So let's go ahead and take it out of the lathe and remove it off the mandrel. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and remove it using the same way I'm going to bump it. The other way that you can do this is that you could put this in a press and push it, you know, back it up on the mandrel here and push it. I've had to do that before when it gets too tight, but I'd rather just bump it myself. That's my personal preference. And this is soft aluminum and this is a hardened mandrel here, so it's not hurting the end of this. But what you want to do is support it so that whenever it pops loose, the part doesn't fall down here and hit. You can see how solid that first hit was. Alright, there's the mandrel. And there's our hub, safe and sound. Okay guys, this one's done. That one was pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and the expanding mandrel worked good. My backup plan, if the mandrel didn't work, was to actually machine a jig for this to go on, chuck a piece of stock in the lathe, and turn it so that it would fit in there nice and close to this bore, and have it coming through and have it turned and threaded where you could put a heavy washer here and a nut to draw it up on the mandrel. So that's the other way to do this also. You don't really want to go chucking this thing because you're going to mess up that nice powder coat finish. So working off of this bore here where your bearings go and everything is the way to go on something like this. So anyway, this one's done, and I hope you enjoyed watching. So we'll see you on the next job, okay?